22 days, no food, zero response. A man in Ladakh stopped eating in July 2026, and the government in Delhi said nothing. Not a press briefing, not a minister's visit, nothing. And the longer the silence stretched, the more people across India started asking the same question. How does a region of this size, on borders shared with both Pakistan and China, get ignored this completely? The answer starts in 2019, when Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized, and Ladakh became a union territory governed directly by Delhi, with no state legislature of its own. On paper, that sounded like a fresh start. Direct access to the center, no more being overshadowed by Srinagar. In practice, it meant that elected representatives in Ladakh ended up with almost no formal power over their own land, their own budget, or their own laws. Decisions affecting Ladakhi farmers, herders, and students are made by administrators appointed from Delhi. People who may never have spent a winter at 11,500 feet above sea level. Two groups, the Leh Apex Body and the Kargil Democratic Alliance, have been demanding two things: statehood for Ladakh and inclusion under the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. The 6th schedule is a constitutional provision that gives tribal communities legal protection over their land and culture. It already covers several northeastern regions. Ladakh was left out in 2019. The demand to be included is not a radical ask. It is a request to be treated the same as other tribal regions the constitution already protects. Sonam Wangchuk is the man who stopped eating. He is an engineer and educator, known internationally as the inspiration behind the character Funsuk Wangdu in the film Three Idiots. In Ladakh, he is known for building ice stupas, artificial glaciers that store winter water and release it in spring, giving Himalayan farmers water exactly when they need it. When someone like that goes on a hunger strike, it carries a different weight than a press conference. By July 11, 2026, 22 days in, the Leh Apex Body had planned to send an 8-member delegation to New Delhi to persuade him to stop. They cancelled the trip. Wangchuk had made clear he had no intention of ending the fast. There was no point going if he was not ready to come to the table. Here is the detail that most coverage buries. On May 22, 2026, representatives from the Leh Apex Body, the Kargil Democratic Alliance, and a subcommittee of the Ministry of Home Affairs sat down together. The centre agreed to explore a customized Article 371-like model for Ladakh, covering executive, financial, and legislative powers for an elected body at the Union Territory level. Article 371 gives special constitutional protections to several northeastern states. Applying a version of it to Ladakh would be a significant move. But agreed to explore is not the same as agreed to do. In Indian politics, the distance between those two phrases can stretch across years. Then J&K Chief Minister Omar Abdullah publicly accused the centre of double standards, willing to discuss Article 371 like safeguards for Ladakh while continuing to deny statehood to Jammu and Kashmir, which was itself a full state before 2019. His party announced a protest at Jantar Mantar on July 20, demanding J&K statehood back. Wangchuk's arrest during this period drew criticism from both Omar Abdullah and Arvind Kejriwal. Ladakh is not a remote footnote. It shares frontiers with Pakistan and China. Its people live in conditions most Indians will never experience, and the constitutional tools to protect them already exist. Wangchuk has spent decades building structures that governments ignored: ice stupas, schools, redesigned classrooms. This time he is betting that his own body is the only structure Delhi cannot melt away. Subscribe if a story like this is what you came here for. The May 22 MHA meeting put a framework on paper. 22 days later, Wangchuk was still waiting for someone to sign it.